Sean's fans, welcome to another edition of Coaching Crew Show. I'm your host, Charlie Kraus, and it's App State week. And as much as Coach Chadwell would like to say it's an important game because it's the next game on the schedule, reality is reality. And this is one of those circle the calendar games that you actually make sure that, oh, I definitely am paying attention to this one. And rivalry there is, it's become a true rivalry of the game.
This game, we obviously know it's an important game because it's the next one. It's obviously versus a rival of ours. Forward to it, they know the opportunity that we have. It's a big game because it's our next one, and it gives us a chance to get closer to have an opportunity to win this East Division and play in the Sun Belt Championship game. We know we got a great opponent coming in. They're coming in. They're rested. They basically had an open week last week. They were able to rest a lot of starters and didn't have to play. So we know they're gonna be fresh. And had a chance to prepare for us a little bit more than we've had a chance to prepare for them.
So let's dive right into some of the major factors that might make the difference in this game, because both teams on paper are pretty fairly equal. One of the bigger factors for both teams that they've been strengths of is turnover margin. Both teams have been good about taking the ball away and not turning it over on their own. So here's where doing little things right really matters in games like this. Protecting the ball, lack of penalties, maximizing your opportunities. When you're in the red zone, 6 is greater than 3. Ending all drives with a kick. That includes punts. Things like that, all that takes in consideration.
Taking care of the ball offensively, obviously, and the key situations defensively, getting off the field on third down. But it's going to be a physical game, and I think we have to do a good job of winning the physical battle. That's something that we're talking about. Is they're physical. We want to be physical. Who's going to win that physical battle over 4 quarters, and then who's going to be mentally tough to push through some of the challenges as you go through. That's the main thing.
Both teams also have a pretty headline named quarterback, and they have somewhat similar styles. I do think Grayson is a more true dual threat quarterback than Chase Bryce, but Chase Bryce is officially a dual threat quarterback as well. I do think Chase Bryce has got a cannon of an arm and a very accurate arm as well. I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. Chase Bryce, I just think Grayson's more of a true dual threat running and passing quarterback than what Chase offers. So how do you combat that, and how do you stop that? Because that's a tough formula when you're having to prepare for both the arms and the legs.
Just focus on their backs, because he can pull the ball, and then when he's out on the perimeter, he can do some good stuff, and he throws it well. He had a phenomenal game versus last year. I mean, it was tremendous. Made some throws, and so it's hard. When you have to game plan for a running quarterback, it makes it challenging. We've got to do a good job of stopping their slowing down their run to where the play actions aren't as good. If we can do that, and then where he has to do more drop back and some of those things, then you like your chances to try to get after him and rush him.
Kickoff 7:30 ESPN. It's on national television, folks. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a barn burner. But honestly, I don't think it's going to be a 51-48 type of game where a last second either Hail Mary or field goal decides it. I think both teams will get in the 20s, but I don't think this is going to be an absolute shootout. I think both teams' defenses over the course of the game will have a bigger output than possibly what's expected.
What you hope is that each week the guys are ready to go. Now, I realize when you're playing some people rivalry, they're going to be a little more juiced up. But our whole thing, ever since that open date and since thing is that the focus has got to be more on us and how we need to do things. And so if we put that focus on us, we should stay pretty consistent. Because I think when you play these games, you get too emotional, too caught up. And when you do that, that means you can maybe start off well or whatever, but then that emotion dies down, and then you really have to fight through that. And so if we can control our emotions and use that emotions to stay consistent through the 4 quarters, that's what I'm hoping happens.
Hopefully the team that's having the blackout this weekend comes out on top, but this one could go either way. Hopefully Coastal pulls out the upset, something like 28-26. Make sure you like and subscribe to the videos. Give me your thoughts below of how you see the weekend playing out and what you hope to see this weekend. If you see me this weekend, feel welcome to say hello. Always happy to chat with people. Take care. Sean's up.